Welcome back. Championship Sunday here at the MLG Finals 2015. I am Maven, joined by Chance, and we are getting ready to hop into game number 2, FaZe versus DT, S&D Detroit. Oh, God. What do you expect to come out of this one, bud?
FaZe completely destroying their opponent. There was definitely a moment during that hard point. When you lock down a full 60 on a hill and you go up by 70 points or whatever it was, I thought, okay, DT brought their A game. There is a decent chance that not only are they going to win this game, that they might actually be able to take this series. I didn't have expectations of an S&D, specifically on Detroit, but hey, if you're able to pull off a respawn, you might have an opportunity. But that obviously didn't work out for him too well, so now I think it's honestly just going to be the FaZe show. We've seen what Zoom is capable of on this map. I don't see any reason for them to slow down. He had the hot hand towards the end of the hard point as well, but I don't know, DT, they have their work cut out for him.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, I'm definitely going to be starting off quite a few spawns here with Zuma, just because he's been such a difference maker with the snipe. And it's funny because thinking back to Season 3, especially, you know, it was S&D Detroit, they were going up against Optic. He was still doing his normal thing. He was playing usually around mid-box on either side, playing with an ASM1, up close and personal, still getting a lot of first picks. He'd pull out the sniper from time to time. This weekend, I haven't seen really a round on this map where he hasn't had the sniper in his hand because he's just been so effective. He's been getting 10 to 15 snipes every single game, it seems.
Yeah, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Zuma, well, he's going to fix something. He's going to stick it with the
What
bow.
is this, Zuma?
Of course, the counter, though, I did go through and check. Watson does have the sniper rifle out, but Zuma going for the aggression, but he is going to get dropped for that first blood, and that's kind of FaZe's, you know, that's their pitfall. They say, Zuma, like, you're not on a leash, do what you got to do, but a lot of times he gets the first blood, but if he doesn't, instantly going to put FaZe in a bad position.
I think everyone knows he's been sniping. It's been talked about so much. Everyone was blowing up last night about his sniper ace on this particular map. You got to think in the back of his mind, he's like, you know what? What if I pull something out, pull something a little bit different? Unfortunately, he's going to get caught coming through school window, and that's big for DT. Able to get that first round. I know it's on defense. Offensive steals are going to be the big ones, but still, you get that first round under your belt after a pretty tough loss in game 1.
Oh, certainly. But the thing is, again, we saw them get a hot start in the hard point, completely fell apart.
Yeah, that's true.
If they get it on a hot start now, they need to let it ride. They need to carry that momentum, and they cannot for a second take, you know, their foot off the gas pedal, for, you know, so to speak, because it's not going to go well for them. But they were able to get a very convincing first defensive round. Got to see what they can do on offense.
Let's get him forward. Stick him with Cinder for now, just because he went 3-0 in the first one. They're going to fly in the green. There is Attach. He's able to do what he needs to do. Gets 2 and completely stunts this push. And that's going to drop bomb right inside of green. I saw another team try to do this against FaZe. I think it was Friday, where they tried to push into green. All 4 of them. Attach picked up 3 before falling. He's so good at dealing with it.
Yeah, and how similar is that to the hard point? It was Attach, the first one that was able to put the team on his back. Cinder, though, continuing the streak. He is on a 5 right now, shuts down Clayster. More importantly, they were able to wrap around the map and pick up that bomb when the bomb was surrounded by 2 FaZe players.
Cinder sees him there. Yeah. I didn't think he had the angle because it's hard to tell sometimes with the crowd vision. I couldn't see if he could see around there, but Cinder now is going to be 6-0. I know they're going back to defense, but I'm sticking with Cinder for sure.
Oh, you certainly have to. Got the hot hand, Enable just getting caught with his pants down. But what a massive turnaround. The first thing that happens is you get 2-pieced by Attach. Granted, you pick him up and technically get the trade, but you're already in a horrible situation. The bomb is down. They made it work. DT bringing their S&D game, but again, they have to continue this. Cinder cannot afford to slow it. Well, he actually can afford to slow down a tiny bit, but you got to let it roll. You're 6-0. He's on pace to get, what, like 30 kills?
I was about to say 30, 40 kills in S&D. If he keeps this up, unbelievable stuff. The rest of his team has 2. He is 6-0. The offensive push, it looks like it is going to be slowly working. Oh,
God.
What is Cinder on right now? That was a bow pick from 150 yards. Incredible stuff out of Cinder. If he keeps this up, they've got a real chance in this series.
Outgunning Clayster and not even absorbing a single bullet. No one even in position for the trade. Diabolic able to pick up a kill. They knew exactly where Zoom is jumping forward. Of course, now he's going to be challenging Cinder. Cinder is going to get stunned. So finally, Cinder going to fall, but nonetheless, FaZe going to be in a very tough situation. Attach and Zuma, well, going to be able to pick up 1. They're going to turn that into a 2v2, and no one in position to trade for DT. Those 2 players are split very far across the map from each other, and you can see Zuma and Attach beginning to meet up.
Just taking a look at it, you can see bomb going to be down basically right by mid-box. As this person comes mid-street, this should be an engagement. There has to be somebody who's watching this edge. You can see the player mid-street. There's going to be the engagement. Zuma going to come out, find some front steps, and going to fall there as soon as he comes. Yeah, right, you have Ring Around the Rosie there for about 30 seconds. Then both are going to drop basically instantly. And DT now has a 3-0 lead. This is not a map for a second that I was really giving DT a chance to take. And now they're looking close to getting a sweep here. This is unbelievable stuff from them.
got to give all the props in the world to Cinder, despite the fact that he only got 1 kill last round, got that first blood, already opened the map, and yes, he gets challenged.
That kill was absurd, too.
It was. It completely locking it down, formal-like, if you would. I know you're a big fan of formal, but
big fan. You know, anytime I love just people, there's a difference in BAL players. You have people kind of whip it a little bit, and then they shoot lasers, basically, and that's what you saw there. And here's Cinder. The shot's a little off. That's a kill you think he would get after the hot start, and they're going to push him out, see if they can take him down. He is going to get an assist. He got a player 2 is right there at ambulance. That is going to be Zuma. Let's see, is he going to peek here and try to get vision? He didn't see him there. I think he was in the open on his left. Should have been able to see him. Maybe the light pole there blocking it a bit. We've got a player pushing A Street. That's going to be Cinder. He's going to back up. Is it attached inside of green? That will be usually his spot here. He'll be the one holding. Just waiting on the offensive side to figure out how they want to play this.
It does appear they're going to start slowly rotating it over towards B. Of course, there's a player from FaZe you can see sitting around that hospital area. It's going to be, well, on the other side of the wall of Watson. Watson, though, is going to be on a 3 streak. Zuma might have peeked him out, but now Watson going for the challenge, able to get that trade. He got a little bit of help from the teammate, but that is going to give the advantage to DT once again, which we've seen time and time again. Attach, throwing those nades over towards that B site, but there is a player down Yellow Street. That is going to be Watson again, hunting him down, able to pick up Zuma. They already know where Attach is because he was throwing the nades. Ivy going to get that bomb down. Attach, you got to get the 1v3 clutch, but this is looking like DT is going to go up 4 rounds to none.
And now if Watson on this 5 streak, it started out with Cinder just crushing. He went, what, on a 7 streak before dropping. Now we have Watson on a 5 streak. It'd make it 6. Just this kind of individual streaks coming out of these guys where they're completely taking over rounds. And now Watson with ace, because no one else was even showing up. Again, it was 2 kills when Cinder had 7. And now Watson going to completely crush it. There's nothing FaZe can do to even get anything rolling throughout this.
And even the first kill that Watson got in that round, he was able to save Cinder's life. There was 2 people pushing up for FaZe. We saw that it was Cinder that was missing a few shots. Watson saves him, gives him the man advantage, keeps his teammate alive, made it a much easier round than it would have been originally. Now, though, FaZe has to put something together. You can see they're sending 2 down to that B street, but DT is coming very aggressively, trying to hit him. They're going to pay the price for the first blood, and able to get that pick on Diabolic, and you can see he's aware that that player is in Yellow Street, but DT at least feeling confident at the moment, but nonetheless, Watson, Cinder, and Ivy going to need a clutch this 3v4.
The aggressive push doesn't exactly work out. They're not able to trade it, but they have backed up. They at least have 2 by this A side. Now Ivy's going to see there's 2 there. He's going to have to back away. He's going to retreat all the way through back alley. He's at least got a little bit of help mid-street. That's going to be Watson, who again is currently on the 6th streak, coming off that round where he was able to get an ace. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. There's one, able to dive out. The other player's going to hop in. Ivy's able to get one as well before he falls. Let's get back to Watson. Cinder here as well. He's going to be on the flank, but Attaches watching the corner. And can he get the kill before? He won't be able to get it before he drops, but it's Watson. He's been so good throughout these past couple of rounds. Can he get both? There's one. He knows he has a player tagged up a window. He's able to dive out with 20 seconds left to go. Now all the pressure on Attach to try and get this bomb plant. Excellent stuff from Watson.
Now, you hear all the time, it is one of Mr. X's favorite thing to say is Attach is the best 1v1 player. He does have time to get this bomb down. Watson all the way across the map, but we have a very good opportunity to see how he's going to be able to play this. Looks like he's going to play for a corner for a minute, but Watson going to have to start making moves. Attach already able to spot him out, but got to see who comes out on top. Is it going to be DT going up 5 rounds to none with Watson being on the 8 streak, or will Attach finally get FaZe on the board?
Well, usually, Matt, pretty accurate when it comes to strategy. We know Attach kind of came up the scene, known for being a very solid 1v1 player. And he'll see him on the cross. He's got to push him. Got 20 seconds to work with. Is he just going to slip this? Thought he might be coming. He's got to check it again. Watson at some point going to have to jump out, and there's Attach winning the gunfight, able to win the 1v1 despite the incredible play we've seen out of Watson. That ended up being, what, 7 kills across 2 rounds?
Well, yeah, the first round he got a pick, I believe, and then after that, 7 in a row.
That's unbelievable.
On fire, certainly. Interestingly enough, Attach was in that exact same 1v1 situation yesterday when he was playing ISO. Just on the opposite side of that, he head glitched the bomb and stared down fire the entire time, got the pick with 10 seconds left. This time, though, he was in the opposite situation, learned from that, I assume, and was able to get the pick. But Attach, again, living up to that 1v1 reputation. DT, though, hitting aggressively this A bomb site once again. Attach is able to pick up one. This time gets traded before getting the second, and able to come and support and picks up Ivy. But we have seen the clutch in this similar situation before. Can DT do it again? Well, no. Zoom is going to shut down Cinder. You see FaZe rotating back very quickly, and now the bomb in a, the worst position possible. Watson went on an 8 streak.
You know what? Bomb dropped back alley in a 1 versus 3, and that was tough there for Cinder. He didn't realize one player had already crossed to his left side as he came out the door, and just going to be completely caught. Do you like how they handled that? They got that first pick there. right inside of green. Did you like how they tried to push through, or they should have just got the plant, played a little bit safer?
The previous round, they got aggressive. They got first blooded, more or less caught them the round. I can respect the move, but didn't pay off for them. I don't think they need to get aggressive. If you win 4 rounds in a row, keep doing what works until FaZe finds a counter to it. And then again, they get a little bit aggressive towards their green side. The first time they did it, they got 2-piece and they got picked up. They just managed to clutch the round. They go for the exact same thing. FaZe clearly
like, oh my God, we killed Attach. What do we do now?
That's what I'm saying. They lost, full composure is what the colloquialism would be.
Yeah,
colloquialism? Something like that.
You know what? Honestly, that's the biggest word I've ever heard while casting. It was impressive, Chance.
And I mispronounced it, man.
Props to you. Nah, yeah, that was the French version. But all right, we are going to have the 7th round here. 4-2 in favor of DT and what has been probably FaZe's best map in S&D this weekend. At least their highlight map for sure. And the funny part here, okay, when you talk about a sniper, it's definitely something where you feel it. If you're feeling good with the sniper, you want to have it out. Is it just early in the morning? Zuma hasn't got rolling. He's not feeling confident with it? Because he hasn't had it out at all, and it's been very odd to me because that's all he's done all week. Especially after the previous time you played, you did so well with it. We did see Clayster was able to get a pick with the sniper earlier, so it might just be Clayster said, hey, this morning, like, I want the roll. But now Attach going to be pushing up aggressively, but you can see the nades already coming in. Diabolic was able to pick up one. Going to get attached as well. Zuma does get the trade, but either way, DT has the man advantage once again. Zuma, though, able to pick up 2. Watson only able to get a single bullet in him. He's going to even up the odds very quickly. And, well, might have been a little bit of criticism for not having the sniper. Now he's on a 4 streak. He's going for the ace, going against Cinder. Cinder knows exactly where he is, but he has to hunt him down quickly. And, well, Zuma is not going to stop sprinting around the map. He has not slowed down for a single second. It does appear that Cinder is just getting on the bomb straight away, but, of course, it is not going to be Zuma that's going to go slow. There's the ace. He's going to run straight at him. An ace for Watson, now an ace for Zuma, and what looked like, a 4-0, where we thought FaZe was just going to get blown off the map here.
Same thing as the hard point.
In game 2, they're coming right back, just like the hard point. Now you get a 5 streak for Zuma. This has been such a game of streaks. It started with Cinder going off, then Watson going off, and now it's been kind of the Attach and Zuma show. Just a lot of individual plays here. I wondered when he was going to come up big because, again, he's been so fantastic on this map, and that was the round that's going to give him some life. We'll see if maybe next offensive round we see him bust out that sniper.
Either way, though, it all comes down to a lack of trading ability. You can't let Zuma get a 2-piece off the start. You can't let him get an ace, and you definitely can't let him get hot. Again, we said it was his map coming in. He's starting to finally live up to that reputation. DT, though, slowing it down. They're not going for those confidence, all-out rushes. FaZe was picking him off for it, but now working towards his B bomb site. FaZe backed off a little bit in their spawn. They're going to be able to get control of B if they so choose, but they do have one player in lockers to deal with.
Who's in the back? That's going to be Clay. What a difficult push it is. You know how accurate he can be with this bow. See how they decide to approach this. Thought a little bait and switch might be coming there and try and back him up with the nades. Zuma, though, is going to get one mid-street. There's one player still kind of working back alley. You can see him. Who is that? Watson all the way back in spawn, basically. The player front step should be catching him momentarily. That's going to be enabled. He's able to pick that up. Will he get swarmed from behind? Final player here is going to be Diabolic. He'll have Ivy to try and cover him, but that's not going to work as he's going to turn, pick up both, and close out the push. All of a sudden, a 4-0 game. Back-to-back rounds from FaZe. 4-4. Incredible resilience again from these guys. And like you said, just like game 1, you can never say die to this team.
It almost seems like FaZe is just like a team of sharks, and they're just playing with their food before they eat it. They just start circling around, build up their confidence, and then just rip it from their souls.
Hope you guys are feeling good because we're about to rip out your jugular.
And Zuma, again, leading that charge, had a bit of a slow start. I think he was, 3-5, completely turned it around, goes on a 7 streak, now sitting at 10-5. And we haven't seen Cinder and Watson do anything since they got their streaks. They have just completely come to a screeching halt. FaZe now, though, working this A bomb site. Zuma, of course, pushed up aggressively, and no surprise there, able to get the first blood and escapes with his life. Going for the second.
He gets that as well. That just lock up the series because that would have been absolutely absurd considering he was tagged up. But now going to be a 3v2. They still have advantage despite the first blood that came out of Zuma. We'll watch as they're going to wrap around the bomb carrier. Going to be watching to see if anyone tries to flank. Clay just hoping to get a pick here. Now, what are you trying to do in this 2v3? You just kind of playing slow, seeing if you can catch somebody out with a bow?
Yeah, and that's exactly what Clayster is doing. He knows that someone for DT is going to be trying to watch the mid-map for the crossover to B. He's hoping that he's going to be able to get the pick, and of course, he is now fully aware that he's there. Trying to get the shots down, peeking out.
Kill.
Cinder able to get away, so now the bomb still kind of in a tough situation. DT is aware that the bomb is still in A. He has not crossed, and of course, they still have someone watching mid-map, and they're prepared to rotate either way. Ivy, though, going to be inside, able to just completely melt Enable. Now the bomb is down. This is going to be a round one for DT unless Clayster can just go crazy.
Dead basically instantly. lane, but there he's able to pick up one. Going to be a 1 versus 2. Only got 18 seconds to work with. Bomb is down. You basically just have to soar at this point. Don't worry about playing smart. Just try to fly and see if you can pull off some kind of miracle. Player prone to his right. Oh, almost able to turn and burn there. Not able to pick it up. 7 seconds left. He can try to get the plant, but he should get caught out in just a second. That's going to be Ivy flying in, able to get it, but I don't think he's going to have any option here as Watson has retreated all the way to garage, wisely being nowhere near the action.
Perfect play by DT towards the end there, but a little bit of a greedy play coming out of Zoom as well. Does his job to a T, rushes out through blue, gets that first pick, and then he goes for the challenging green when he's one shot. Yes, he can pull off the crazy sometimes, but no one from FaZe was in preparation to get that trade right away, so they had to come in a little bit of a second too late. By that time, DT had rallied behind to make sure that they were going to be able to get the trades. Then as soon as you go down in man advantage, unless you get a pick, your job is just so much tougher. Of course, now DT just 1 round away from being able to tie this series up at 1-1.
And this is where we usually see Zuma play. If he's not sniping, he's typically playing kind of mid-box, 5 blue steps, able to rotate quickly really to either site wherever he gets a call out and sees he needs help. There's a player by steps there. I believe that's going to be Cinder with a bow. That's not a fight he's going to want to end up challenging. And we'll see, can he catch Zuma there? He knows he's in, able to toss forward an 8, and he's going to go flying at him. Zuma's ridiculous.
God, I don't even understand how he gets the kill.
Yeah, I was like, you don't want to challenge him, but he has a bow, just tosses that nade forward and goes soaring.
Yeah, with ridiculous stuff, of course. Still going to be a 3v3 situation. Pretty sure it was Watson that was able to pick up a nade kill. Watson been in this yellow area the entire time. And of course, Attach taking his role inside of green. But
he lives inside of green. That's basically Attach's bedroom.
And he's always been able to pick up at least 1 kill while he's sitting there as well. And of course, that's where Ivy's going to. You can see DT trying to push out the back. There's gunfight going down. Ivy able to win that on Zuma. Diabolic, though, going to get picked up by Clayster. And of course, now FaZe extremely aware of where this bomb is. Watson and Ivy, though, have to get a pick. And of course, Attach been in the same spot the whole time, going out for the challenge. The bomb carrier going to be able to escape with his life. That's going to leave Clayster in a 1 versus 2 situation. Bomb's going down right now. Clayster knows that it's going to happen. He's going to go after the challenge, get the first pick, runs away, now knows where the second player. Watson got some shots down. Watson versus Clayster, 1v1.
And this is it for DT. You're able to take this round. You'll tie the series up 1-1, but you're going up against Clayster, one of the most clutch men in Call of Duty. Will he be able to do it? Time not on his side, and he's got Heglich here at the bend to work with. If he tries to wrap this corner, he's going to have some of his accurate shots and not able to get it. Watson has been solid throughout this game. You saw him start out so hot, able to close it down, get the W. The series going to be tied up. And Watson, you talked about the fact, I think he got out, to 8 kills, then went 3 or 4 rounds with nothing, ends on a 3 streak.
Pulls out when he needed to most. DT, that is now 2 maps in a row that they look to be in complete control of FaZe. Obviously, the first time didn't work out for him, and FaZe made the comeback, but this is kind of reminiscent of how Optic Gaming looked on Friday, They didn't look like they were full force. They didn't, have those convincing wins, but they were turning up and being incredibly clutch. Now, though, DT, they're turning the tables. They're making it a series.
Well, let's take a look. Game 3 is going to be what? Uplink, Biolab. You got to think, with the subs that are on FaZe, that is going to have to completely favor them looking at this. What can DT do in this one?
At this point, though, can we really count DT out?
No,
we came into S&D in Detroit and said this is going to be the Zuma show.
Yeah.
In a sense, it was the Zuma show. He was able to get, what, 12 picks for his squad? Yeah, doesn't even need a snipe. It's still working out for him. But nonetheless, DT collectively as a team still able to pull it off. Yeah. So I'm to the point where I don't want to count him out. This is Sunday. This is the final event of Advanced Warfare. These guys are going to be practiced. They're coming out swinging.
FaZe has everything to prove. DT just trying to get their best placing here that they can. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Biolab Uplink coming up next.